Welcome back to Paper Highlighter, where we peel back the layers of your favorite reality shows. Today, we're diving into the 5 biggest hypocrites on 90 Day Fiancé, cast members who love to preach high morals but fail to practice what they preach. Let's take a closer look at the double standards that shocked fans and fueled some of the show's biggest drama. 1. Jasmine Peneda. Jasmine often criticized Gino Palazzolo for his spending habits, accusing him of being overly frugal and frequently pressuring him to purchase expensive gifts. At one point, she even admitted to deliberately misplacing her engagement ring in an attempt to persuade him to buy a more costly replacement. Despite these demands, Jasmine secretly borrowed $2,000 from a man in Australia to pay for cosmetic surgery, specifically butt implants, without informing Gino, revealing a notable double standard in their relationship dynamics. Throughout their time together, Jasmine painted herself as a victim of Gino's alleged infidelity. However, it later emerged that she had been secretly involved with another man, Matt Brannis, who she later confirmed is the father of her 3rd child. This unexpected revelation cast doubt on her previous claims and raised concerns about her honesty and transparency in their relationship. 2. Lita Margaritalita. Lita frequently criticized Eric Rosenbrook's financial obligations, particularly his child support payments, arguing they were a strain on their finances and suggesting that eliminating them would allow for a more comfortable lifestyle and a better wedding. Despite voicing concerns about money, Lita expected Eric to cover the costs of their wedding and day-to-day expenses, prompting criticism over a perceived double standard in her financial expectations versus her own contributions. Another major point of controversy during their time on 90 Day Fiancé was Lita's treatment of Eric's daughter Tasha. Lita insisted that Tasha move out of their shared home, citing alleged issues with cleanliness and behavior. This demand ultimately resulted in Tasha being removed from the house, and later becoming the subject of a restraining order filed by Lita. Many viewers and critics viewed Lita's actions as extreme and unjustified, pointing to a troubling disconnect between her expectations of others and the way she treated Eric's family. 3. Ammani Jalassie. 90 Day Fiancé star, Ammani cultivated an on-screen image as a confident boss babe and outspoken critic of inauthenticity. She notably called out Sophie for promoting waist trainers, despite having undergone cosmetic procedures, even going so far as to leak Sophie's private messages in an attempt to expose what she saw as hypocrisy. However, many viewers accused Ammani of being a clout chaser herself, using controversy to boost her profile, while selectively ignoring the very principles she claims to uphold. While the throuple dynamic between Ammani, Matt, and Ani Aguirre was portrayed as a balanced and consensual relationship, Ammani quickly established herself as the dominant force. She set firm boundaries, including requiring Matt and Ani to seek her permission before engaging in any intimacy. Yet, when Matt and Ani began to grow closer during a trip to Mexico, Ammani's behavior reportedly became jealous and possessive. Her controlling treatment of Ani, which some fans likened to treating her more like a possession than a partner, sparked criticism for undermining the ideals of polyamory and positioning herself as the sole authority in the relationship. 4. Angela Deem. Angela Deem, a longtime cast member of 90 Day Fiancé, frequently demanded respect and loyalty from her partner, Michael Ilasanmi, but often failed to offer the same in return. Her behavior toward Michael included both verbal and physical aggression, such as damaging his car while in Nigeria, shoving him against walls, and yelling at him in public. Despite this, she enforced strict boundaries on Michael, insisting he cut off all female friends and avoid social media, even as she openly danced and flirted with other men during cast events and public appearances, without apology. While Angela repeatedly accused Michael of dishonesty and infidelity, she withheld truths of her own. She underwent multiple cosmetic procedures without informing him, and maintained an emotionally charged connection with another man she visited in Canada. Additionally, she promoted weight loss products like gummies while attributing her transformation to them, despite having undergone bariatric surgery. These recurring double standards, both in her personal relationships and public image, have led many to question her authenticity and the fairness of her expectations. 5. Rob Warren. Rob often criticized Sophie Sierra for being bougie or high maintenance, especially when she voiced discomfort about sharing a bathroom. Yet, despite living in a home with a communal bathroom, Rob drove a luxury vehicle, highlighting a contradiction between his critique of Sophie and his own lifestyle. He presented himself on 90 Day Fiancé as a self-made man facing financial struggles, but it was later revealed that he came from a wealthy background, casting doubt on his narrative of hardship. Throughout their relationship, Rob accused Sophie of dishonesty, even as he concealed his own online infidelity. When Sophie confronted him, he deflected and gaslighted her concerns, refusing to take accountability. He also appeared uncomfortable with Sophie's bisexuality, an issue that became more complex when fellow cast member Jasmine Peneda later alleged that Rob himself had shown attraction to men. This series of contradictions and double standards in Rob's behavior raised questions about his transparency, self-awareness, and treatment of Sophie throughout their time together.